A second juvenile has been arrested in the ongoing investigation of threats posted on social media towards USD 475 Geary County schools. Junction City Police announced on Saturday that the second juvenile has been charged with an aggravated criminal threat, which is a level 5 person felony. As with the first juvenile who was arrested, they were transported to the police department for processing and then later released to their parents. Due to the suspect's age, no information on the individual will be released. Based on the findings of the investigation, JCPD says they will continue to believe that there was no intent of violence toward any of the school's students or staff. At this time, they don't anticipate any additional arrests will be made in this case. The investigation does remain ongoing, and JCPD will continue to take every precaution to ensure safety within the community. A 23-year-old man was injured in a train incident on Saturday morning, according to Wamego Police Chief Paul Schlifke. In a press release, the Potawatomi County Sheriff's Dispatch received notification from the Union Pacific Railroad that a train had struck a pedestrian on the tracks located on the south side of 4th Street in Wamego just after 5 a.m. Saturday morning. First responders from law enforcement, fire, and medical responded to find the man injured but alive underneath a train car. He was extricated and transported by EMS to a Topeka hospital. Schlifke said the preliminary investigation indicates the man was lying in a prone position between the rails about 1,000 feet east of Ash Street and was struck by something as the train passed over him. Wamego police are investigating the incident, and the man's name was not yet released. Schlifke said on Sunday that he has no new information on the man's status at this time. Riley County Commissioners have a busy week on tap for them as they'll hold the first of 3 meetings this week, starting this morning at 8:30. Commissioners will apply for a grant for the Flint Hills Wellness Coalition and also hear department updates. Then later today, the monthly intergovernmental luncheon will be held at the Flint Hills Room, with K-State President Richard Linton providing an update on the university to government officials. Commissioners are set to hold a retreat on Wednesday morning, starting at 8 a.m., and then they'll hold their second regular meeting of the week on Thursday, beginning at 8:30. Preliminary estimates reported by the Labor Market Information Services Division of the Kansas Department of Labor and the Bureau of Labor Statistics show that the unemployment rate in Riley County is down from 4.2% in July to 3.8% for August. The rate in Geary County is also down by 0.1% from 5.4 to 5.3%, while Buncey County nearly saw a 1% drop from 4.1 to 3.2%. Dickinson County, however, did see an increase in the jobless rate from 4.3% in July to 6% in August. Kansas's seasonally adjusted total non-farm jobs have increased by 20,000 since August 2023. USD 383 district offices are moving to a new location starting next Monday. The offices will move to the Lincoln Education Center. The district's offices will be closed this Thursday, the 26th of September, and Friday, the 27th, to facilitate the move. They'll be unable to answer the phones or emails on those days, and the Robinson Education Center will be closed to visitors. The move will not affect schools, and they'll still follow the academic calendar. Students will be in session on Thursday, but will not have school this Friday, the 27th. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website, newsradiokman.com and themercury.com.
Listen closely as a master painter carefully brushes Benjamin Moore Regal Select down the seam of the wall. It's like poetry in motion. Benjamin Moore, see the love.
This episode is brought to you by Mug Root Beer. It's 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Too late for a coffee, too early for a beer. So you walk around aimlessly in search of a mysterious third beverage. That's when you hear it. The sound of the dog. The sound of Mug Root Beer. So drink Mug Root Beer if you got that dog in you.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. K-State's football team suffered the biggest drop of any of the AP Top 25 squads when its latest poll was announced yesterday. 10 spots, the drop to number 23. Remaining ranked, though, may be the lone bright spot of the weekend for the Cats, who were hammered by BYU Saturday night, 38-9. The Cougars scored a pair of touchdowns 39 seconds apart before halftime after forcing turnovers on back-to-back K-State drives.
Everything was probably in good shape with 2 minutes left in the half, and then it snowballed, and we couldn't stop it. I told the guys after the game, once that 2-minute mark hit, We didn't play well in any phase. We can throw everything at myself and Avery, which is fine. We'll take that heat. But we didn't play well anywhere.
The Wildcats matchup with Oklahoma State this coming Saturday has been set for an 11 o'clock kickoff, meaning coverage will begin that morning at 7 with PowerCat Game Day on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. Patrick Mahomes threw a pair of touchdown passes as the Kansas City defense made a couple of late stops to help the Chiefs remain unbeaten behind a 22-17 win over the Falcons. The two-time reigning Super Bowl champs have been far from perfect. Mahomes threw another pick in the game. They've also won 3 times by a combined 13 points. They'll play next Sunday afternoon against the Chargers in L.A. with coverage on News Radio KMAN. Blake Snell struck out 9 over 6 strong innings as the Giants finished off a 3-game sweep of the Royals, 2-0 the final yesterday afternoon. For Kansas City, it was their second straight shutout as they dropped their 7th straight and continue to cling to a potential playoff berth. They'll open a set tomorrow night in D.C., beginning at 5:40. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.